Let's talk about Yuri Bonfenbrenner. He was one of the first people to suggest that what happens to the child isn't simply a matter of what the parents or the surrounding immediate environment says or does, but in fact is part of a broader picture. And this is something he created in his ecological systems theory that suggests that there's a bigger picture idea to things than just the immediate environment around kids. So what he says is, yes, of course, there's a microsystem. The microsystem consists of everything that comes in direct contact with children. Their parents, the daycare, their peers, etc., all that kind of stuff. And they have direct and measurable effects on children and their development. And that's certainly something that psychologists have focused on for a long time. But what Bonfenbrenner points out is that when the child isn't around, the people in the microsystem keep interacting with each other, and that could change how they interact with the child in the first place. And he called this the mesosystem, the interactions among people in the child's microsystem that happen when the child isn't there. So for example, the obvious one is if parents are fighting, this can affect how they interact with their child. It has nothing to do with the child directly, but the mesosystem, the fighting that's going on with the parents, can change how they interact and relate to their child. In the same way, Bonfenbrenner pointed something out he called the exosystem. That consists of people and things that aren't in direct contact with the child, but nonetheless influence people in the microsystem. So your parents' workplace, for example, your friends or family or extended family that your parents are talking to, that might then have an effect on them. So if the parents are having an issue with their job or something like that, that could lead the parent to be stressed and act very differently with the child. So here again, how what's going on in that exosystem can make a difference in how well the child develops and sort of their development that has nothing to do with direct things that the parents are doing with the child. And then finally, Bonfenbrenner talked about this macro system, which consists of an urban, the cultural ideals, laws, things that kind of set the field of play that determine how parents are reacting. So for example, as I said before, a child growing up in an urban environment would have a very different set of experiences and expectations than one growing up in a rural setting. And likewise, in Western environments, we often value independence, so we want kids to be able to sleep through the night. That's a set of cultural ideals that then determine whether the parents think what they're doing or the kind of parenting they're doing is the right way to do it. So we can see this ecological systems theory really has a huge effect of indirect effects on how children turn out. So it's not just the people immediately in contact with kids that turn out that make kids turn out the way they do, but the broader cultural and outside systems that have an effect nonetheless. So the macro system, the exosystem also have effects on the child.